the home of the Giants and Oracle Park. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Yankees taking on the San Francisco Giants. First pitch coming your way next. And our pitcher in this game, Logan Webb. What do we need to know here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
All right, ready to go here. Trent Grisham stepping in now for the Yankees. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Oh, that got him.
That got him.
First batter of the game is hit by the pitch. Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. Big time power. On the ground, could be 2. The throw to second is offline.
Second basemen definitely have some pretty tough throws to make when they're trying to feed the shortstop at second for a double play turn because of the angles and difficult footwork. So it's always a difficult play, but one that needs to be made. When your pitcher gets you that ground ball that can be a double play, it's a killer when you can't get at least one out of it.
First and second, no outs. And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger. Swings through that one. Just getting started here in San Francisco. That one is cut on and missed. Looked like a changeup.
Really good changeup.
That's off the inside corner. Ball 1. And that's outside. In the air, left field. And that is foul. To the right side. To Adames, that's 1. To first, double play. Nicely done.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now. On the ground.
Foul ball.
And it goes just foul.
This is a hitter who takes his game to another level, playing at night.
And he hits a ground ball right side. Nice grab. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out. Now it's the Giants' turn. No score. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Towing the slab in today's game, Max Fried. What do you have on him?
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. Will elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
Luis Arraez stands in.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
There's a strike.
Ha!
That
Strike
one
two.
finds the zone. 1-2. Outside.
That's a ball. Outside.
Right side. Throws to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. Now we take a peek at the Giants lineup. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
Willie Adames stands in. And a foul ball. The 0-1. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Now an 0-2 from Fried. And there's
Ball.
a ball. Good job to fight that one off. Way
Ball.
inside. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Two gone now.
The first baseman, Rafael Devers.
2 outs, base is empty. Devers now. Devers, the baby-faced assassin. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Scoreless after 1. Second inning set to go. And stepping in for New York, Ben Rice.
Ben Rice.
Swing and a ground
That's
ball.
foul.
And that's just foul. Late swing, foul to the left. Webb, the former Gold Glove winner, 29 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2014. And foul ball. Inside.
Ball. That's in.
Ball 1. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. Swings through that. Freddie Ferguson doing the umpiring duties behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Freddie's a well-respected umpire, Boog. Maybe a little bit more of a pitcher's umpire. He does like to pitch down just below the knees or right about there, but most hitters are pretty good at covering that spot these days.
That one
No,
misses.
that's down. Ball.
And the count 1-2. Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that has a reputation for being Fergalicious.
Yes, and, you know, whatever. Fergalicious.
No score here in the second. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Ryan McMahon.
2 down, base is empty. And next for New York, Ryan McMahon. Just off the
ball.
inside edge. And the 1-0. Late with the swing there. On the ground, right side. Arise onto first. And that is that. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom half of inning number 2. And digging in for San Francisco, Matt Chapman.
Chapman.
Max Fried will go to work. That missed by a lot, and it's 1-0. That's a
the
little
ball
bit
down.
low.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
In the air to left center. Grisham settles underneath it. Brings it in. And there's 1 down.
Batting fifth, the right fielder.
Now it's the right fielder, Jung-Hoo Lee.
Ball. Nope. Ball.
That
Hey.
ball finds the zone. That's strike 1. And there's a ball.
No. Ball.
Next offering is fouled back. Out towards right center field. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in.
Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 9, Harrison.
So here's Bader now.
Bader.
In the air, right field. Judge on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here in San Francisco, and stepping in for the Yankees, Jose Caballero. Bunting for a hit,
foul.
and it goes just foul. The 0-1. Ground ball,
That's
left
a foul
side.
ball.
And that's just foul. Got him looking. That K is his third of the game. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Austin Wells. Now one
That's
miss.
down. That's a ball. Ball inside.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
What a stop. Over to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for the Yankees, the center fielder, number 12, Trent.
Back to the top of the Yankee order. Here's the center fielder, Trent Grisham. Hit by a pitch leading off the ball game.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
Two down, nobody on. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Top of the third, no score. This one in the air. And that'll do it. Yanks held in check. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Bottom of the inning, and digging in for San Francisco, Elliot Ramos.
Ball.
One now. And a base hit into right center field. So a man on base to start the inning.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Digging in, Bryce Eldridge.
No, that's out.
Ramos gets his lead at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Close
That
one,
miss,
doesn't
that's a
get
ball.
the call. Ball 3.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
Payoff pitch. On the ground to the
That's
left.
foul.
Down the line, and it's foul. Ground there might be two. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. The job was to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score the go-ahead run. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
That's the ball. That's inside.
Takes ball one off the plate. That one found hard the other way. Man at second. Now this one gets away from the catcher. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
Even with a good secondary lead, sometimes it's hard to see just how far that ball's gotten away from the catcher. And if you can make it to third base pretty much standing up, well, that time he seemed to have a pretty good read, gets to third safely, and now he's just 90 feet away from scoring.
The 2-1. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big two-out at bat coming up now.
So digging in, Luis Arias.
Hee-haw!
The Giants with a chance to score first here in the last half of the third. That's in there. No balls, 2 strikes.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe.
He locked him up, and that'll do it. The inning is over.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Back here at Oracle Park, new inning getting started. Aaron Judge stepping in now for the Yankees.
Ball outside.
And that one is downstairs. Ball 2. Foul ball there. And that's outside. 3-1.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
That one misses.
That's ball 4.
So
Runner, take your base.
Up next for the Yankees, the left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
Here's Cody Bellinger. 0 for 1 so far. Outside
ball.
low. And that's ball 1. 4th inning underway. No score. And now 2-0.
Ball.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
That one misses. That's 5 straight.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
And that is
ball
ball
4. Take your base.
And the Yankees are in business. Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat.
Maybe losing command a little bit after the walk. Next pitch, not even close.
And that's through there for a strike. And a count 1-1. Swings through that one.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts. Chris, he looks locked in on reaching a milestone we know has been coming up for him.
Yeah, there's 2 to go, and he'll move up into a new echelon for career Ks. Pretty special when you get to watch a pitcher have a moment like that.
Go-ahead run on base. Ben Rice stepping in now for the Yankees.
That's the ball.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Ball.
The Yanks looking to strike first. Top half of inning number 4. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Taps softly to the right side, but it kicks foul. This one in the dirt. The throw to third. Tag safe. And a wild pitch, and both runners are in scoring position.
Well, that could end up being pretty costly right there. They had the double play set up as a way to get out of the inning, but instead it becomes a big strikeout situation with 2 in scoring position.
On the ground to first. Oh, great stop. Run scored, but a terrific play to get the out. Now Jazz Chisholm Jr. steps up for a big at-bat. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. Just missed.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Take one.
Gets him to chase after that one. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. In comes the runner from third. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Well done. Drives in the run. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
So 2 down. Now the third baseman, Ryan McMahon. Rolled out to second in his first at bat. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. This one ripped, but foul to the right. Here's the 0-2. That was the sweeper, but it missed. Fights that one away, still 1-2. That's
ball.
A little bit
That's
low.
down.
That one almost got him.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Three-two now. Swing and a miss, struck him out. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead to the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Yankees 2 and the Giants nothing. Ready to go, bottom 4. And digging in for San Francisco, Willie Adames.
Ball.
The lefty to 1-0.
Ball out.
Here's the pitch to Adames. And there's the strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
The first baseman.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Here's Rafael Devers. Went down on strikes his first time through.
That's a ball. That's down.
Swing and a miss. And the count even 1-1. On the ground right side. And foul ball. Stays alive. And that is downstairs. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along. Here's Matt Chapman. Flying to center his first time.
Matt Chapman.
That missed. That's a ball.
Chapman gets a piece there. Two down, nobody on. On the ground, and it stays fair. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. There's the tag. They get him, and that's the inning.
Batter tried to stretch that one into a double, but he wasn't about to let that happen. Nice job to get to the ball and fire that one into second just in time to get the out and end the inning.
Back here in San Francisco, we go to the top of the 5th. Jose Caballero stepping in now for the Yankees.
That's a ball.
Caballero in his 3rd season, 29 years old, and he was born in Panama. The shortstop
that's
takes
outside.
the
Ball.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
High fly ball, right field. Lee under it. And a quick out, number 1.
Up next for the Yankees, the catcher, number 28, Austin.
Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. First time up, he grounded to 3rd. That one way inside.
has been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at-bat.
Got it. Too late.
Up next for the Yankees, the center fielder, number 12, Trent.
Back to the top of the lineup. Next to hit, Trent Grisham. He's 0 for 1. And that's a fair ball. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder, number 99.
Here's Judge now. He has, as they like to say,
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
that's right.
Hey!
Next offering is outside. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Into the dive, and he got it. What a play.
Great diving catch to end the inning. That'll fire up the dugout for sure. Time to go swing it.
We head to the bottom of the fifth. And digging in for San Francisco, Jung-Hoo Lee. Popped in the air, left side. 1 away.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And now Bader up to the plate.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
The 0-1. And that's fouled off. Battling here as he fouls it away. That one ran inside, almost got him. Gets a piece and stays alive. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The Giants down by a pair. Last half of inning number 5. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Here's Elliot Ramos. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That one ripped, but foul. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Maximus notches the K. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. Cody Bellinger getting ready to hit.
The left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
Just
That's low. That's a ball.
First signs of movement in that bullpen out there. Sam Hentges, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Buto, a right-hander, loosening up as well. Ripped on a line. Ramos takes it in for the out. One down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Here's Stanton now. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Just
Ball,
missed.
that's low.
Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
And here's the first baseman, Ben Rice.
Hey, ha!
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Ramos hurries it back in. Lead runner holds at second base. First and second with one down.
Still able to come through behind an account right there. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Logan Webb won't go any further. Good effort out of him, even though he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm on the bump after a quick break.
Now pitching for the
Sam
Giants.
Hentges comes on now.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. will hit next.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
And that is cut on and missed. It's 0-1. Two on, one out.
Ball.
In the dirt, blocked.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. That one almost got him. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Two now. And that
That's the
skips
ball
into
low.
dirt. and swinging for the kill. He swung over top of the curveball.
Well, you rarely ever see 3 curveballs in a row because that's one of those pitches that's most effective when you haven't seen it recently. You might see 3 sliders in a row, but right there, he was feeling that curveball and figured he could finish with that pitch.
Ryan McMahon steps to the plate. Fouled off. He was late. The Yankees trying to break this one open, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. The 0-2. Caught looking for the K.
Couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Bottom of the 6th inning, and now it's the Giants DH, Bryce Eldridge.
All these Giants just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
And there's one down.
It's frustrating for these guys because they know they're not missing by much, but it's going to take an adjustment to see some changes.
Patrick Bailey digs in now. He was a strikeout victim his first time. That one close, ruled the ball. And that's ball 1.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
The Giants trailing by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back there. And that one becomes property of the beast. That'll fire up the dugout. And they're on the board. It's 2-1.
That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Here's the second baseman, Luis Arias. And that's outside.
Nope, that's in.
Here's a 2-1. Hit on the ground to short. Caballero handles, throws to first, and there's 2 away.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Willie Adames.
So up next, Willie Adames, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
That hook's looking pretty sharp today. Just a solid pitching performance so far, and I really think it's because of that curveball.
Just missed.
That's low. That's a ball.
Right through there for a strike. And a foul ball. He stays alive. 2 down, nobody on. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. that is the inning. The Giants get one back with the solo shot, and it's now a 2-1 ball game. Back here at Oracle Park, we go to the top of the 7th. Jose Caballero stepping in now for the Yankees. Trying to bunt his way on. In time to Devers. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Well, I think the defense was anticipating something here because they were really ready to defend as that ball was put down. Nice little drag bunt, but they get the out, and way to go.
So digging in, Austin Wells. That one to first.
Foul ball.
And that's a foul ball. 0-1.
No, that's down. Ball.
Swing and a miss, and he was fooled. Line drive,
Foul.
and it goes just foul. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
Now pitching for the
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Jose Buto.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So back to the top of the order. And now the center fielder, Trent Grisham. Sliced hard but foul. Two down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Next offering down low and in the dirt. Inside,
ball.
just missed. And they'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Pitch misses there.
Ball.
And a full countdown. Fights it off. He'll see another. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. And that is that. 1-2-3 go the Yankees as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Bottom of the 7th, and digging in for San Francisco, Rafael Devers.
That's
Moving
inside
in the
ball.
bullpen, Fernando Cruz, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Doval also getting ready. Looking to get the tying run on base. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what he does.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. One away. Big time out leading off the home seventh. A big first out here in the seventh via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. I mean, you got the leadoff hitter so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Now it's Matt Chapman.
Low ball.
The 1-0.
He's
Ball, that's
just
in.
missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the
Yeah,
last two
what?
pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Now a screamer into the outfield. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for two. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ballgame.
Darren Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Max Fried will give way. Really solid performance out of him as he leaves with a slim lead. We'll take a break. New arm when we get back. They go with one of their more experienced arms in this spot, Fernando Cruz.
Pretty big spot he's coming into, trying to strand that runner at second base. So he's going to need to make some quality pitches. He does have first open if he needs to use it.
And up next for San Francisco, Jung-Hoo Lee.
Hee-haw.
So the tying run at second. Good job to fight that one off. Oh, 2 now. In the dirt. No movement. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Got him swinging.
Up next for the Giants, the center fielder,
Harrison Bader, the next Giant to hit. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, they're not sure what the numbers say, but clearly, and in fact, it could change the course of this game dramatically.
And that one fouled off. The Yanks trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-2. Good eye
No,
right
that's
there.
low. Ball.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Foul ball still a 1-2 count. To the right side, Chisholm. And the inning is over. So the Giants leave one. They're down 2-1. We're at the top of the 8th, and stepping in for New York, Aaron Judge. Judge rips that one. Throw cut off to second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Got a good pitch to drive, stayed short with his back path to the ball, and caught it out front, and he stayed long in his follow-through. And that's how you split the gap, and that's pretty much a double every time.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Bellinger up to hit. Swing and a miss, strike one. This one in the air. Adames under it. And there's one down.
Up next to the designated hitter, Giancarlo.
So now with one away and a man at second. And now it's Giancarlo Stanton. 1 for 3. Ground ball right side. And that's just foul. Here's your one. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Bader under it. And there's 2 down.
Up next to the Yankees, the first baseman, number 22, Ben.
So up next for New York, Ben Rice.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
That misses the zone. Ball 1.
Yeah. We call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Runner at second, 2 down, and we're in the top of the 8th. Got him swinging. That's out number 3. So missed opportunity after the leadoff double as they strand the runner. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Yankees 2 and the Giants 1. Back here in San Francisco, bottom of the 8th, Elliot Ramos now at the plate. Gloves it on the dive from his knees, the throw, and they get the out. Big play there to get the leadoff man.
Well, at this point in the ball game, you're counting outs, and that's a great diving stop to keep the tying run off base. It's the little things that add up to a big W at the end.
Bryce Eldridge, the next to hit. And that's outside.
Nope, that's outside. Ball.
This one in the air center field. Grisham moving under it. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Giants, the catcher number 14.
Darren Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Fernando Cruz will depart, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming up. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for
A new arm into the game, the righty, Camilo Doval.
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
Patrick Bailey, the next Giant to hit. He's already homered here in this one.
That's a ball.
Two down, nobody on. Swinging a foul straight back. Doval, a former All-Star. He features a slider, a cutter, and he works in a sinker. Swings through that.
Boom, that's cheddar, baby. No signs of wavering on the mound here in the eighth. He's looking rock solid so far.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Giants are down 1-2-3, and they trail it here 2-1.
now pitching for the
We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Eric Miller.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Chisholm,
That's
the
up.
leadoff
That's a
batter,
ball.
as he looks at ball one. Action in the San Francisco bullpen. JT Brubaker, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. The 1-0. And a swing and a miss.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Swing and a miss as he was out front. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of his zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
McMahon, batting with one down, takes a strike. Left field. Fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. And that's a two-bagger.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Jose Caballero getting ready to hit. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Fouled off down the right side. One-run game here in the top of the ninth. Strike two.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
That one inside. Look out. In the dirt. Fires to second.
Hey,
Almost got him. But he scrambles back safely. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Austin Wells will hit next. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a groundout.
Here.
Man on second, 2 down. And a big swing and a miss.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just going to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat. 1 left for the Yankees, but they still lead it 2-1. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, David Bednar.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
And that is out of play.
The healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
One-run game, bottom 9.
Ball,
and that's
low.
downstairs. And 1-1. There's the strike. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Bellinger makes the grab.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Willie.
And up next for the Giants, Willie Adames. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Off the plate.
That's out.
And that is ball 1. The Yankees trying to close out a 1-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out. There's a strike.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have a chance.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Oh, an interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
Swing and a foul out of play. Two now. Popped in the air. Left field. Bellinger under it. Out number 2.
Up next for the Giants.
So they're down to their final out. Now it's Devers at the plate. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts.
That's down. That's a ball.
Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. Ground ball up the middle. Lays out. Oh, it's off his glove. The Brewers won't get there in time, and they don't get the out.
1 out away from this game being over, but an infield single keeps them alive. They're still breathing, and maybe this provides that last-minute spark.
Two outs, runner on first. Matt Chapman, the next Giant to hit. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
Well, with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base. Right now, they're looking for something, hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
The Giants down to their final strike. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for